There was a poor old woman. She was, well, ugly, very ugly. She had a bent back, she had a crooked nose, her chin was covered with warts and pimples, her eyes bugged out, her mouth was crooked, and her teeth were broken. She dressed in old rags, and no one would listen to what she had to say or even look at her. If they saw her, they would run away and they would slam doors in her face. She was very sad because all she wished for was some company, just a little fellowship, some companionship. But no one would pay any attention to her or even talk to her. So she wandered from place to place looking for friends. She crossed a great desert and came to a city in the middle of the desert. She thought, surely I'll find friends in this city. People in the desert know how hard life is, and surely they'll take pity on me, and I'll find at least one friend there. But this city seemed like all the rest. People ran away, they slammed doors, they closed their shutters. No one would talk to her or even listen to her. She became very upset. Why go on? What's the point? Life is too hard. I think I should just give up on life. So she left the market area and she sat down dejectedly at the city gate. As she sat, she waited. She waited, and as she waited, hordes of people enjoying their life passed her by without even noticing her. Before long, a handsome young man dressed in a beautiful long robe, he entered the city gate and he received a great reception. The people came out to shake his hand, they patted him on the back, they hugged him, they brought him food and drinks and gifts. The old woman said, "Life is so unfair. When you are young and good looking, everybody loves you. But when you are old, ugly, and sick, they forget about you and ignore you. Life is so unfair." After a while, the young man gathered up his gifts and said goodbye to his many friends, and he headed out of the city gate. But before he left the city, he sat down in the gate opposite the old woman to pack up his many gifts. The old woman could keep her tongue no longer. "What is going on? Why is this? Is it like this everywhere you go? Do you always get treated so well?" The young man blushed and said, "Well, yes. Everywhere I go, they treat me well." "Well, why? Why? You must be someone special, someone extraordinary." The young man said, "No, actually, I'm quite ordinary." "I don't believe it. You must be an emperor, a king, maybe a prince or a general." "Oh, no, I'm not like that. I'm very common. You find me everywhere. That is me and my type." "Well then, what are you that people are so happy to see you when you come along?" "Well, I'm a story, and I think I'm a pretty good story at that. Because people like a good story, they are always happy to see me." But then the young man asked the old woman, "What are you? Why don't people like to see you?" "Because, you see, I'm the truth, and people don't like to hear the truth." The young man had an idea. "Why don't we team up? You stand behind me, and I'll introduce myself to people. When they give me the gifts, I'll pass them back on to you." The woman agreed, and they partnered up and began to travel together. Wherever they went, the old woman hid behind the young man's cloak, and anything he was given, he happily shared with the old woman. And it worked out so well that their arrangement lasts to this very day. That is why, to this very day, the truth always hides behind a good story.